Hey Railheads, welcome back to my Finger Lakes Railway layout. Today we're talking fascia, how to do it and when to do it, first or last. And be sure to stick around to the end for a super detailing bonus tip. Coming up on my Finger Lakes Railway layout. So do you follow the common practice and install fascia as soon as the bench work is done, or after the majority of scenery has been completed? I chose the latter. Either way, you have to deal with the gaps on top where the foam or plywood base meets the fascia. My reasons for waiting, I was sure I would slop paint, glue, sculpt mold, and scenery products all over the fascia in the process of scenicking the layout. And reason two, I didn't have a table saw at the time. So this is a two-part process, attaching the fascia to the side and then dealing with the seam on top. So let's look at the fascia install first. Now, in the interest of a fast and accurate start, I went with Seaver's benchwork, and I'm glad I did. However, due to their construction methods, you have a lag bolt head protruding from the side that prevents the 1/4-inch MDF fascia board from laying flat. I also have a little glue squeeze out to take care of, but I've got something for that. I just had to countersink the bolt head, and now the fascia is going to lay flat. Another feature of my benchwork are these obscure, obtuse angles. I never was good with geometry, but I got through it. Now that I have the fascia installed on the sides, I really want a seamless look on the top. The easiest way to hide a seam is to run a road or a street down it. Of course, I don't want to run roads all around the perimeter of my layout. In other areas, I'll mix up a batch of sculpt mold, tinted with some acrylic paint, and spread that on, and apply dirt and grass to match the scenery. And where there's an industry, I'll apply drywall patch and paint it gray. Now, I cut a strip of 060 styrene, 3 inches wide for the road, a prime paint, and then an ink wash. I smear some DAP adhesive caulk on it and set it in place and weight it down. And now we're getting more of a seamless look on top. Oh, I almost forgot. I primed and then painted the fascia hunter green. At first I thought black would look cool, so I taped a couple pieces of black cardstock to the fascia and stood back and took a look at it. Nope, didn't work, so I went with the green. And along the lake, I painted the top edge of the fascia blue so it would kind of blend in. I considered adding location labels to the fascia. I've seen a lot of guys do that. I think they would kind of draw attention away from the layout itself. And besides, my layout is simple enough that they're really not even needed. I mean, the art is pretty obvious, and the 3 industries all have good signage. I'm going to address the grade crossings at this point as well. They need some work. If they're on a straight piece of track, they're not too hard. But mine always seem to be on curves. And I've seen guys use drywall mud, but I'm going to try this drywall patch on the outside of the rails and styrene strips in between the rails. I'll paint on this AK asphalt. It's like a textured paste, and then I'll blend it in with some pan pastels. Okay, so here's a little bonus tip I picked up from Boomer's Immersive Model Railroad channel. And if you haven't checked it out yet, please do. This guy is just giving away a lifetime of knowledge. It's unbelievable. So I just laid some limbs and fallen trees on my layout, and they were like suspended, like their weight was held up by blades of static grass. Man, that looks so dumb. And so I brushed glue on the limbs, put them in place, and then stuck push pins into the foam right next to them. So the head of the push pin would hold the limb down on the ground while the glue dried. And this works for picnic tables, rocks, railroad ties, dead woodchucks, anything you want to have laying flat on the ground, as long as you got a foam base. Well, that's it for now, and hey, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I'm coming up on 500 now, and it's pretty daggum cool. So hey, see you next time on my Finger Lakes Railway Layout.